have changed, eh? And then Sydney, not just Sydney, but GWS get interested in you, don't you, when you're in Western Australia? So you go over to Sydney a bit and you stay with Tammy and Paul, is that right, Paul Roos?
Yeah, the Roos family had a major impact on me, and I think, going over to Sydney at a young age and doing a pre-season and getting a feel for what it would be like to go into an AFL environment was a great experience for me, and learning off guys like Adam Goods, Jared McVeigh, Reece Shaw, it was an experience that, it was unbelievable.
So did you live with Goodsy as well?
Yeah, I did. I remember living with Goodsy for maybe a week or two when I was about 16 years old, and that was, I learned some lessons from him that I still carry with me today in terms of the way he prepares and his professionalism and things like that. So, yeah, I was a very lucky kid.
So back to Perth, and then you get drafted, and your old teammates are over here now with Joey and Luke and Buds, etc. So there was some tough love at Sydney. I mean, there were some good times, but there were some tough times. Yeah,
there was definitely some challenging periods. I think every player at some stage throughout their career is going to face some challenges, and I had mine. And as a young kid, you just want to get in and play. So I just had to learn a few lessons and try and learn off the older experienced guys. But all in all, I loved my time in Sydney, and some of my best mates are still at the Swans. So very close with a lot of the boys, and thoroughly enjoyed my time up in Sydney.
You're close with Alex Johnson. I know on that fateful day where the knee went again, that you actually spent some time with him here in Melbourne, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. We caught up for breakfast that morning with, like I mentioned, a group of the boys from Sydney, and we all keep in contact and stay pretty close. So to see Alex go down that day was very sad, but I know he's keen to play on, and hopefully for him he can get his recovery and rehab right and attack another year.
I've got to ask you about Diesel Williams.
Mm-hmm.
A double Brownlow medalist, someone who played with Dad. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you went and drove out and what you did with him all those years, eh?
Yeah, it probably stems back to the Sydney days when I was struggling for selection and going through injuries and things like that. Diesel was a huge mentor for me away from the football club, and I can remember coming down in the off-season. It might have been 2014, 2015, 2016, roughly those 3 years that I'd drive out to Essendon maybe 3 times a week, and he sort of mentored me, and we trained together, and he taught me a lot about the mindset I needed to carry to become a better player and the best player I could be, and also working on some technical parts of the game in terms of my ball handling, which they're things I practice every week, and I can't thank him enough for all the work he put into me.
And that ball handling, we see a pre-match with you, the way you play with the ball and get yourself organised.
Yeah, it's I do a few different things. I cop a bit of slack from the boys. Here you go, this sort of stuff. It's a bit weird. It's just coordination in the game is so important. The game's so fast now that you can't afford to fumble. You need to make quick decisions. So every millisecond I think counts. So I just try and practice that stuff as much as I can so that I'm as sharp as possible come game day.